Okay, so Carlo, what do you have for us today?
Well, we have the two most basic BDU patterns, and this is the most recognizable, and any newbie would start from this pattern.
What exact patterns are these?
There's one for the jungle, that's the woodland, and for the desert camo, that's the tricolor.
So, Carlo, what's so different about these two? And what...
Yeah. When newbie airsofters start off with airsoft, when they want to buy their first BDUs, they usually ask us, what do you recommend? And then we start out with the most basic, like we said, with the jungle camo and the desert tricolor camouflage.
Tricolor because 3 colors?
Yeah.
Okay.
This one, and that one.
Yeah.
3 colors.
And the jungle camo is actually Vietnam era, which was also used into the early 80s by U.S. forces. The woodland. Basically, it's a year-round BDU together with the desert tricolor camo.
They're in the same era, and they're wearing a. This is a grenadier's vest. He's using an M203 with the grenade launcher.
In addition, we have here the flak jacket, part of actually the personal armor system of the U.S. Armed Forces. This is basically bullet-resistant material with inserts inside, Kevlar inserts. They wear it under their load-bearing vests. Also here, we have our flak jacket, but this one doesn't have its inserts, the bullet-resistant material, but this is called the flak jacket. It's also worn under the load-bearing vests.
So there you have it, the woodland and the desert BDUs. Carlo, what could we expect for next week?
Well, so now we started with the U.S. patterns, which basically was from the 80s to the early 90s. So next week we're going to start off with the British patterns, something from the other side of the West. We're going to show the British camouflage uniforms.
The counterpart.
Okay, so watch out for that. We're going to have that on next week's Fatigue Factor. Okay, this is Tactical Advantage, and right now we are with Carlo from the Tactical Option TAC Ops Academy Training Division. Could you tell us something about the Academy and what you teach?
Well, the Academy teaches a lot of courses. We have Tactical Illumination, Emergency First Responder courses. We have Rappelling, which we call Vertical Environment Operations. We also have Basic Firearms courses and a lot of other tactical training courses, which we make available for civilians and law enforcement and even military special operations.
Oh, okay. And Carlo will be with us for the rest of the season here in Pinoy Airsofter. And today you are going to teach us something?
Well, yeah, we're going to teach you something. We're going to teach you what we call the transition. Basically, transitioning is a skill that is oftentimes taken for granted. This has applications when you're cornering or when you're negotiating a corner or shooting from a corner, basically. Transitioning, the basic skill of transitioning is just going from right to left or left to right. That's why you call it transition. Other people call it bilateral transition because you're transitioning from the left and the right to the left.
But it's the exact same thing.
It's the same thing, bilateral transition or transitioning. What you can basically say is you're transitioning from the right to the left or from the left to the right. So transitioning works this way. You just basically peel, going in to the left, to the right, and then put the buttstock here, fix the rifle, or it also works with a pistol. So when you're transitioning from the left to the right, it goes exact opposite on a reverse mode, and it fixes on your shoulder, and then you fix the rifle. Now, what is the application of this one? Let's say you're negotiating a corner. When you go to a corner and go out and peek, you're actually exposing a lot of yourself. You're basically creating a large target sight or target picture.
Yeah.
But when you transition to the left, which is what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you how I do it. Transition to the left. Since this is basically a corner on the right, you'd want to transition on the left so that when you peek out, you have as little target signature as possible. Okay? This is what you call a tactical advantage because when you peek in this corner using a right side, when you didn't transition to the left, you're basically exposing your forehead and the better part of your head and your shoulder and possibly your body when you're leaning out. But when you're transitioning to the left and you peek out, you take out as little as possible of yourself, and then you can engage the enemy from this side. So that's what you call a transition with applications on the corners.
Wow, thanks, Carlo. What an advantage. Next week, we're going to learn more with Carlo here at Tactical Advantage. And this week's featured site, Area 51.
It's like the Area 51 in the States. It's a secured area. Nobody can go out. Nobody can go in without our permission. And what happens inside stays inside.
It's what's called a MOUT site. It's a military operations in urban terrain. So it's basically an urbanized site compared to other like forested or swamp, jungle areas.
Since it's in the city, it's quite accessible. That's why,
FPS limit.
and also we have an FPS limit of 420 FPS. That's quite safe to every airsoft player.
We can accommodate around 300. Our biggest participant that we have here is around 250 for 1 day.
The mansion is basically a CQB area. But when playing inside the mansion, you have to lower the FPS to not more than 400 because of the proximity of the players to each other. Not only that, we have some visitors in the mansion, which you will find when you play there, especially in the afternoons,
Evenings.
and early evenings. Mumu.
Hi, I'm Jenny Zarate, aka Mama Sang from Team OZ.
I started playing airsoft way back 2003.
I've been playing airsoft for around a couple of months.
Probably about 2 years now. I've been playing, but regularly for about a year. I've been playing airsoft for about a year.
Mike Rojas, my boyfriend, introduced me to airsoft.
Our neighbor, but my dad and my brother, they were the first ones to play airsoft. I just followed.
My friends introduced me to the game. Also, some of my cousins.
We played in Laguna, our farm, and then we started playing at Masada.
My first game was MMTC. The site is near SM Fairview, SM North EDSA.
Here in this site, the only place that I play airsoft.
In Area 51, when I formally was accepted as a newbie and trainee of Team OZ. That was somewhere around 2006, about September or October.
My most unforgettable experience in airsoft was when I captured the bridge in Masada, because I was the first girl or the first female player who captured the bridge.
When we won the Calix Championship last year.
It was during my first game in airsoft where I was hit, and I really had a hard time coping because it's really painful.
So, most unforgettable experience, ako nagpakain sa lahat ng team members ko. Yun. That's all.
We are Team OZ, and you're watching Pinoy Airsofter!
And that was our first episode. We hope you enjoyed the show. We would like to thank the following people: Attorney Tiki, Team OZ, Tactical Option, Mark and Carlo, and Area 51.